Hello everyone, welcome to yet another installment of Layman's View. This is where we review a week that was. This is podcast radio and stuff, and I'm Ntobeko Khuluse. Do you have stories that stood out for you this week? If you do, please feel free to go into the comment section and share your thoughts on those stories. Tell us what stories stood out for you. While you are at that, please remember to like this video, subscribe as well on this channel so we can grow, and then you can join as a member as well. If you join as a member, you contribute R9.99, but subscription is absolutely free, mahala. So please do it. Okay, let's have a look at some of the stories that stood out for me this week. In fact, I'll be looking at two stories. Okay, let me give you a bonus one. Three. Let's look at three stories. The first one that we'll look at is radio related, which is something that we absolutely love. We'll look at political story. And then the last one, I think it's a social issue that affects everyone. So we'll touch on this and that. Let's start with radio. So on the 3rd of March, Power FM changed its lineup. We remember that Power FM announced its new lineup late in April. And on the 3rd of March, that lineup came into effect. And I think many people were looking forward to Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi on the breakfast, not on the breakfast show, but on the 9 to 12 show, Power Talk. So, what are your thoughts? Mbuyiseni Ndlozi has done the show for a week. I remember the first show where he invited radio legends. I'm talking the likes of Linda Sbiya, Tuso Dawung was on the show, Shedo Twala was on the show. He interviewed Felicia Mabuza Sattel, Thibaut Touch came through on the show. So it was a big show. What did you think of that? But also subsequently to that first show, he's done 4 more shows. So what are your thoughts on Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi on the 9 to 12 lineup? Do you want me to tell you my thoughts? I think the good doctor is doing a brilliant job. I will start with on Monday, where he had these radio legends that came through. I think there was a stroke of a genius. Of course, he's a doctor. We know that Dr. Ndlozi is smart. That was a stroke of a genius because the way that he did it, it was honest. It was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Just guide me, help me. It was like these legends came through to anoint him. It was beautiful. He spent the whole 2 hours with Mr. Magic, Tuso Dawung, as well as Shadow Twala. It was absolutely magical. I loved it. Even the interview with Felicia Mabuza Sattel, they played a short clip on that show, on the Monday show, but they also uploaded the entire interview on YouTube. Beautiful. So I'm loving what how Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi started the show. I think I absolutely love the way that he started the show. I think it was absolutely beautiful, amazing. But the shows that followed subsequent to that, I think he's got it. He sounds like a radio person. He's asking pertinent questions. He's able to hold interviews and get his guests comfortable. So it really is, I think it's a full show. Of course, it's too early. Maybe, it's just excitement even from us who are listening to him. It's a new approach. Will he be able to compete with the likes of Clement Manyatela on 702 and Keti Mutlatlana on SAFM? Because those are big shows when it comes to that 9 to 12 slots. The jury is out on that, but I think the way that Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi started was very strong, very impressive. It's so easy to follow him. You can tell that, he's a speaker, he's a public speaker. He also interviewed the lady, I can't remember her name, the lady that hosted him on Morning Live back in 2002 when he was in grade 11, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been very beautiful to witness. It's been a beautiful show. If you've made time for Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, I would love to know from you, what do you make of that show? Do you think Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi is doing justice? Are you now going to be a religious listener of his show, or you were just listening because it's at the beginning, you're going back to whatever show that you listen to, be it music or talk show? I would love to know your thoughts on that one. Please go into the comment section. Tell us what you think of Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. While at Power FM, Tessa Dooms in the morning. I said Dr. Mbuyiseni Ndlozi, very strong. Tessa Dooms, I don't think she started that strong. And I've been seeing on the comment section, especially on Kaya FM pages, Facebook page and Twitter, many people are not happy because we remember that TT was moved from the breakfast show, that's Thabiso Dima, and moved to a night show. People are saying Thabiso Dima should not have been moved. They're not feeling Tessa Dooms. So I saw a lot of people pushing back on Tessa Dooms. I listened to the show. My review at the moment is too soon to judge, but yes, she had a shaky start. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Tessa Dooms, but I don't think we can judge and say she won't do it. It really is early. You can't judge a person by just 5 shows. I think we need to give her a little bit more time to get comfortable with it. I don't know if she's got a radio background. I know Tessa Dooms as an activist, an academic, you know, she shares as a political analyst. That's how I know her. She's got very strong views, especially when it comes to politics and race issues. But as a radio presenter, I think she still needs to grow, and maybe it's a lesson even to radio bosses not to throw people into a deep end. Because if you take a person who's never done radio before, if she's done radio but has never done radio at that level before, at a Power FM level, and you're giving that person a breakfast show out of all shows, the most important show on radio. We had Makosi Koza here, and he said breakfast show is supposed to be the most expensive show in the lineup. And you put a person without the necessary experience on that show. What are you expecting? Even if the person was going to do well, they will struggle now because you threw them in the deep end. So yeah, I think it's just a lesson for radio bosses that whoever is going to take over a breakfast show, it needs to be someone that will be able to hold their own. You know, it's a big show. Breakfast show is a big show. So the experience is needed. You can never buy experience. You can never buy experience. It's not a show for someone to learn into. That show needs someone who can fly. When you get into a breakfast show, you just need to start running. You can't walk, you run in the breakfast show. So I think, there's been some brilliant conversations that came out of that breakfast show, but I think holistically the presentation, she's still just, trying to find her feet. I would say let's give her a chance. She's already doing the show, so let's rather just give her a chance and see, after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, after a month, how she'll be doing. That will be my plea to everyone that has been pushing back to her on social media. Let's give Tessa Dooms a chance. But what did you think of a breakfast show? That is, if you made time to listen to Tessa Dooms on Power FM. So yeah, that's what stood out for me around Power FM and the radio changes. In fact, while I'm at Power FM, what I've been wanting to say around Power FM with the addition of Tessa Dooms as well as Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. The way that I say it, I look at it as Power FM is repositioning itself. It's becoming, if it was a political party, I'll be saying it's moving to the left. It's in terms of, if you look at the views and the opinions of these people, are people that are sympathetic to the left plight. They side with the working class, with people that are struggling. They are saying white capital is ruling, let's distribute the wealth. And I think that's the narrative that Power FM will be taking with the new lineup, if you look at Tessa Dooms as well as Mbuyiseni Ndlozi. Whereas I think the way that Power FM is doing it, they want to directly contradict 702, because some people see 702 as pro-capital, pro-whites in terms of their views. So now with Power FM having these radical voices against 702. So 702 will still appeal to those, who believe in white monopoly capital. That's what some people say. I don't believe in that, but that was my understanding of it. To say the way that Power FM is positioning itself, it wants to be a direct contradiction to 702. If you don't like the way 702 does things, come to Power FM, because most people are saying 702, or some people are saying 702 presenters are clever blacks. So I don't know what you make of that, but it's just an observation that I made and I thought I should share it. So that's my first story that stood out for me. Moving to the second story that stood out, it has to be President Ramaphosa finding out that Johannesburg is in a dire state. President Ramaphosa, who is a citizen of Joburg, or a resident rather of Joburg, didn't know that Johannesburg is a shame. It's a shadow of its former self. Johannesburg is, I don't know, I can't even explain how Johannesburg is. If you haven't been to Joburg, especially CBD, that place, it's scary, it's unbelievable. I know that they show us Johannesburg on social media, on TV, but I don't think you will have a full appreciation of how bad things are in Johannesburg until you are in Johannesburg, especially CBD. And our president just found this out, and he's not impressed. He is not impressed. He used very strong language expressing his disappointment and his embarrassment with world leaders coming to South Africa. And you find that Johannesburg is in that state because that's where G20 summit will be held. And President Ramaphosa has now put together a presidential working group to sort out Johannesburg because he's just not impressed. He's not happy. So this working group will be sorting out Johannesburg. And President Ramaphosa said they are not sorting out Johannesburg because G20 is coming. They are sorting out Johannesburg because Johannesburg residents deserve better. That's what he said. But it's so hard to believe because of the coincidence. Why was this not done in 2020? Why was it not done in 2023? Why was it not done in 2024? It's only getting done in 2025, which is a year where the G20 in November will be coming. How do we believe you, Mr. President, that you are telling us the truth, that these things will be sorted out anyway, even if G20 wasn't coming? That is very hard to believe, Mr. President, because in our view, you are just doing this to save face. You are embarrassed because your counterparts will have to come to Johannesburg and see how South Africans have to live under your leadership. So that's just how we see it. That's how I see it, at least. I don't know how you see it. And here's another kicker. President Ramaphosa has put this working group, and he says he wants it to do what has been done in eThekwini. Huh? What has been done in eThekwini? I'm a resident of eThekwini. I can tell you now, potholes are everywhere. I can tell you now, water, we run out of water every now and then. Street lights are not working. I don't drink water from the tap water, not because I've got money. I actually don't have money. But I don't drink water from the tap water because it's dirty. It tastes horrible. So what is it that they are saying they are stealing from eThekwini they will copy in Johannesburg? I don't see any, maybe the governance, maybe the books look better in eThekwini since Kaunda left. I don't know. But the way that it's been positioned, that eThekwini is now clean, things are honky-dory in eThekwini, it's all beautiful. We are happy in eThekwini. And they're taking that, they will paste, it's copy and paste. They are trying to do it in Johannesburg. As a resident, or as a resident of eThekwini, I have not seen the difference. But maybe CBD is slightly cleaner. I don't know. You can tell me. If you are staying in eThekwini, you are staying in CBD, are you seeing the difference? Is it cleaner now? Do you have water? Do you have electricity? Electricity. Maybe let me move on from this one. But please do share, residents of eThekwini. What do you think of that? Are you seeing any difference from since Mayor Cyril Xaba took over and the presidential working group was put together working with Mayor Cyril Xaba? Is there an improvement in eThekwini in terms of service delivery, in things that matter to us as citizens? Water, light, potholes, all of those things. Because I still see the same things. I don't know. Please do go into the comment section and share your thoughts and views, especially residents of eThekwini. I said light. That's the last story I want to talk about. Our good old friend seems like he's back for good. Load shedding. We celebrated too soon, people. We celebrated too soon, people. We're like, oh, 50 days without load shedding after elections. Yay. 100 days without load shedding after elections. Yay. 200 days. Yay. 300 days. Load shedding is back. And the question is, what changed now? I hear the explanations that Eskom gave us. This power station has failed. This has happened. All of those technicalities that they gave us. But fact is, it doesn't change anything to us. Fact is, we still don't have electricity. Things are still the same. The more things change, the more they remain the same. We celebrated Dr. Nkosiyenzo Ramaphosa when he managed to keep the lights on. But right now, doctor, it's not looking good. Load shedding is back. We are impacted as families. As actually I'm recording this right now, I don't have electricity. There's no electricity in my house. Gone. There's nothing. So it really is horrible. It's bad. Businesses are being impacted. Lives are being lost. It's horrible. It is a horrible thing. This electricity thing is horrible. I really hope government will find a lasting solution, because evidently the solution that we thought we found is not a lasting solution. We need a lasting solution to resolve the electricity issue, because our economy will not grow if we don't have electricity. Who will want to bring their business into South Africa if South Africa won't be able to keep the lights on? I will need to have diesel on top of that, whereas I'm paying for electricity. When I buy diesel, it doesn't mean my electricity bill will go down. It is ridiculous, really. It is ridiculous. So yeah, electricity, load shedding, our good friend is sadly back, and this whole weekend we'll be having load shedding. We don't know for how long, but we are hoping it won't be for a very long time. And we are hoping Dr. Nkosiyenzo Ramaphosa, Minister of Electricity, will be able to sort out this electricity mess. This has been Podcast Radio and Stuff. I'm Ntobeko Khuluse. Let's catch up tomorrow. Tomorrow, let me tell you who we're talking to tomorrow. Dokozo Chapa and I will be talking to a political leader. A leader of a political party in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. A political party that is loved by many, that is not loved by some or by many. I don't know. But you want to stick around for that one. It's going to be a big episode tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm Ntobeko Khuluse. This is Podcast Radio and Stuff. Please remember to subscribe, share, like, and join as a member. If you join as a member, you contribute only R9.99. If you subscribe, you'll be helping us to get to 10,000 subscribers. That is our mission. We want to get to 10 subscribers as soon as possible. So please help us with that. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end. Really appreciate it. Have a great weekend ahead. You and I will catch up on a Sunday as we drop a brand new episode. Bye-bye.